and gentlemen, welcome to one of TV's hottest new shows, Salt, Pepper, and Memory. Now make some noise as we welcome our chef and host, king of the oldies, Mr. Ali Hackett.
How y'all doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Listen, we have got a tremendous show for you here this evening. Are y'all ready for that? Yeah! Okay. Y'all are looking good. You know what, but before we do, could I get somebody to bring me a chair? I want to sit and talk to these nice people for just one moment. Is that all right? Can I sit and talk with you? Okay, all right. Folks at home, this doesn't happen that often. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. This is Andre. Give Andre a nice round of applause. We want to sit and talk about this music and what it means to you, and in case you have any particular questions. Tonight we have one of the gentlemen that started with original member of the Soul Survivors. Soul Survivors had a song called Expressway to Your Heart. You remember that? Yes. They actually are the first group to get the Philadelphia International Sound on the charts. First group. A lot of people think it was the Intruders. Now the Intruders were back there. They were working. But this was the first #1 smash for Philadelphia International. So we're going to bring him out in a little bit, right? All right. So tell me, anybody's got any questions? How you doing? What's going on? Anything? Tell me what's going on. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead. Kevin. Middletown, Delaware, right? All right. Good to see you. Give him a nice round of applause. All right.
I know it's the internet. You was going to do a talk with some young students at the African American Historical Museum.
No. Actually, what happened was I was honored there. I was honored. And it was much to my surprise. I did know that I was going to be honored, but I didn't know it was of that magnitude. I was given a lifetime Living Legends Award, and that speaks volumes. Because when I think of legends, I think of Jocko, I think of Georgie Woods, I think of Frankie Crocker, I think of people like that. I don't see myself in mentioning those conversations, but apparently somebody thought enough to put me in that conversation, and I'm humbled and I'm honored, and I'm really appreciative. Really. Thank you. Anybody else? Go ahead, my brother. How you doing? It's good to see you. Now, is the hat always on the left side or the right side? Which? All right. Middletown, Delaware. Give him a nice round of applause. All right. What's going on?
My question is, what inspired you to do video when you was in radio? And what was your first day? How was you excited about it?
I was not excited as much as I was nervous, because thinking about it, I'm sitting in front of this microphone and I'm thinking millions of people are listening, hanging on every word. So if I make a mistake, they're going to say, ah! You know what I mean? So, but the radio business is something that I sort of long for as a youngster, growing up listening to Georgie Woods, Jocko, Butterball, all of those folks there. I wanted to be like them. But as I've said so many times, I wanted to be like them, but I didn't want to be like them, meaning that I wanted to take a little bit from Jocko, a little bit from Georgie Woods, a little bit from Butterball, and make my own style. Once I created my own style, then it was a sink or swim type thing, because I didn't want to be, well, he sounds just like this person, or he's like that. I wanted to have my own thing. And the other thing that's as right up there as important, when I opened my mouth on the microphone, I wanted to make sure that I was telling as close to the truth as possible, because so many of my predecessors have gone on to say things about radio and radio personalities and the stars and what have you that were absolutely false. They had no idea. They just made up something. But you and myself at the time, the listening audience, we don't know any difference. All we know is he said it, and he's a jock, and he's on the radio, so it must be true. It's the same thing like the people on television. They can say anything they want. And I'm not criticizing or want to point fingers at anybody. It's just something that I wanted to do. And I've made it my lifelong ambition that when I talk about the Temptations, the dark side of David Ruffin, I know that because I was there through some of it. I witnessed them, so I can tell you about things that I know. When I talk about how firsthand Jerry Butler is a friend of mine, how firsthand Dee Dee Sharp is a cook, and I can't wait to get her in here on the show. These are things that I've learned over the years and have befriended these folks, and it worked out well. It worked out well. So I hope I've answered your question in sort of a roundabout way. I was scared to death when I got to HAT. I really was. But I've been on other stations, and I think it happens every market that you go in. You want to make a good impression. You want people to say, oh, man, this guy's off the chain. You know what I mean? Or off the hook or whatever. Or like we used to say back in the day, this guy is bad. You know what I mean? So, I wanted that type of attention. So I can tell you my first day at HAT. I came in, and Charlie Brown, who I'm very, very good friends with, he did his show, and then I would always follow him. I came into the studio, and I'm not supposed to come on until 8 o'clock. I was there at 6:30, because I want to make sure everything's right, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, you can't get in the booth because somebody is on the air. So you can't get into the booth until it's actually your time to get in. Charlie Brown was on, and I went in, and I'm watching him do the buttons. I learned on an old system called the pot system. So you turn the dial up for volume to talk, and you turn it down when you're not. When I came to WHAT, they had a slide system. No more pots. So you slide it up, but still you've got to hit certain buttons and certain things for certain things to happen. Charlie was getting ready to get off the air. I knew about DJ etiquette. DJ etiquette means that you get up out of your chair 15 minutes before the person comes on, or at least 10 minutes, so they can start moving their stuff in. You know, when Charlie goes off at 10 o'clock, there's no buffer time for me to get ready. I've got to jump right in at 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? So Charlie says to me, come over here, I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, mind you, I'd never done a slide system before. You push this up, you push this up, you put that down, put that over there. Okay, good night, see you. And I'm like, so for the first hour and a half, I never said anything. I had to make sure that I was getting the controls and everything right. So it was a scary moment, but a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Great question, great question. Don't ask me no more. Anybody else? Anybody?
What inspired you to start loving music the way you do?
You know what? I started when at home. I was about 5 or maybe even younger. And my mom would have her girlfriends over on Friday nights. And they would drink Ballantine beer.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember Ballantine? Do you have any? They would be in the kitchen, and she would be cooking fish, and they would be sitting there. And after about hour and a half, 2 hours, and they got to drinking that beer, their heads would start to be funny. You know what I mean? They start talking about how bad the husbands were. They come home with no money. And I'm upstairs peeping down the steps listening. So my mom says, come on down here and play some music for us. So I'm playing the music for her, and I'm telling you, when I put on Dr. Feelgood, and after them Ballantine beers that start getting in their heads and they start doing this I knew I had them. So that bug bit me at that time. And then therefore I wanted to learn everything that I could about it. I mean, I even remember starting disc jockeying with 45. When I say 45, I mean 45 players. You remember how you would have to reject it and it would play and then would go over? Well, you had that time in there before the next song came on. And a good DJ does not have time in between his music. So I had to figure out a way so I got 2 turntables. And I played one, and as soon as the other one, this one started going off. When it started going off, I'd start this one and be ready to put it down. Then I learned that you didn't have to wait for the arm to come over. You could pick the arm up and put it on there, you know? So there's a lot of little different things that you can learn. But God forbid, if you're playing and that little spindle pops out, you're in trouble there. You're in trouble there. But listen, it's a blessing to have been in this business for this amount of time. It's a blessing for me to have shared my enthusiasm, my happiness, and what really makes me happy with this music with you guys and other folks. I've been almost all around the world doing this, and the responses, I think you guys heard me say this before, the responses on people's faces when I play a certain record, that's payment. Yes, I want to get the dollar bills like everybody else, but that's payment. When I see somebody do, oh Lord, I mean that's it for me. That's really it for me. So I hope I answered, because sometimes I have a tendency to go on and on. Any other questions? Any other questions? Because Kevin.
Years ago when I used to work shift work, and I found out you could do something on the air at night.
Yes.
On my weekends off, if I lived in Middletown, we couldn't get WHAT.
Right.
Drive all the way to Philadelphia, burn up
Really?
gas, right around, just listen to your show
Wow.
off the air.
That is awesome, man. Thank you. Give him a nice round of applause for that. That's nice. That's nice. That's awesome. Now, two things. One, there was a gentleman who lived in media, and he could not get WHAT. It was like really fuzzy. So he would drive to Philadelphia. Now, I knew this. I didn't know you did this, Kevin, and that's pretty awesome. He would drive to Philadelphia every weekend, on Friday nights when I was on, and then Sunday mornings. And they would park in the parking lot. He said the police got to know him so well because they kept saying, "Are you all right? Are you all right? Are you all right?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm listening to the radio." And I mean, I just thought I can't even put into words what that means. So I hope, Kev, that you're not here to collect that gas money because you're not getting anything. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. I enjoyed immensely those nights on the air. People would call me and say, "I'm fixing my Sunday dinner," up at that time of the night. "I'm cleaning my house. I'm doing, whatever they would normally do during the daytime, they would put it off so they could listen to my show at night." That was very, very rewarding, and I really liked it. Listen, we've talked enough. I'm getting dry. I want to get our entertainment out here. Is that all right with you guys? We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Hi, we are the Intruders, and we support Philly Cam.
Hi, my name is Denise King, and I support Allie Hackett and Salt, Pepper, and Memories, and Philly Cam. Won't you?
Hello, we're the Ebonies, and we are here for Chef Ali Hackett, the king of oldies, and his Salt, Pepper, and Memories. We're also here because we support Philly Cam.
But listen, I am not going to stand up here and sit down anymore and talk. We came here to have a good time, did we not? Okay. I gave you a little prelim of the artist that's coming on. This guy, and I'm so proud and happy to call him a friend of mine. He is a tremendous performer, even more tremendous individual. I told you that he's an original member of the Soul Survivors who started off Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff's dynasty. Started them all. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could, I'm going to ask him to come up here and join me, and then I'm going to step aside and let him do what he does. The original member of the Soul Survivors, Mr. Kenny Jeremiah. How you been, bro?
Excellent. Whoa, great crowd.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I owe you all $5 for that.
Well, if you owe them $5,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, you more.
Kenny, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
To be with you.
Listen, tell us a little bit about what's going on with you and what you're doing. I mean, I know they're going to hear the new music that you're doing, which comes from Philadelphia International, one of the greatest of all times, Mr. Teddy Pendergrass. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So what's going on? Here, you take the mic.
Okay, well, I'm doing my own thing. I'm recording again. I'm doing a tribute to Teddy Pendergrass because Kenny Gamble, Leon Huff wrote the songs. So we did full circle. We started with Expressway to Your Heart. And I have to give you a little background on Expressway. There were 3 singers on that record, so I'm going to do 3 parts today.
All right. That chili works wonders, doesn't it? Well, you know what? If anybody's seen these sparkles moving, let me know. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move out of the way and let him do what he came here to do. Would you bang your hands together and make some noise for my friend, Mr. Kenny Jeremiah?
Thank you, Ali. Thank you. All right, let's start off from the beginning. 1967, June, we recorded the song. September, it was #1, Expressway to Your Heart. Oh.
I've been trying to get to you for a long time, 'cause constantly you've been on my mind. I've been thinking about a shortcut I could take, but it seemed like I made a little mistake. I was wrong, babe, it took too long. I got caught in the rush hour, Sally started to shower with love and affection. Come on, look in my direction. On the expressway to your house, that expressway, it's not the best way. At 5 o'clock, it's much crowded. Too crowded, too crowded, too crowded, too crowded. Can't go fast, it's too crowded. Can't get no gas, much too crowded. Sing me. Too many are ahead of me. They all trying to get in front of me. Thought that I'd find the road ahead, but I found stoplights instead. And I was wrong, baby, it took too long. I got caught in the rush hour. I started to shower you with love and affection. Come on, look in my direction. On the expressway, I love you. To your house, that expressway, it's not the best way. On the expressway, to your house, that expressway, it's not the best way. At 5 o'clock, what? What's that? Too crowded, too crowded. On the expressway to your heart, on the expressway. Yeah. I'm taking you all home with me.
Fantastic job, man. Fantastic. I got a mic. I'm good. I'm good. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. When you sing that song, Expressway, I know you go back mentally, but how does it make you feel with the audience reacting the same with the way they did?
Tremendous.
And they know the words.
You know what's funny? Young kids don't remember that song. They don't.
Yeah.
But you got to know that song because it's played every day on. Well, we don't listen to oldie stations.
They're lost. They're lost.
That's right.
They're lost.
And that's
They're
right.
lost. They're lost.
There's no more lyric and no more stories.
No. And that's what I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and that's one of the things that I think is missing in this music. We had people like Curtis Mayfield. We had people like Smokey who wrote stuff about feelings and about how. I tell these guys all the time, there was only a couple of concepts when we came up. Boy loves girl. Girl loves boy.
Boy loves boy.
That's today's music.
I had to get that.
That's today's music, you know. But there was only a couple of different concepts. Let's fall in love, and that was it.
Right.
You know what I mean? The rest of the stuff was novelty type songs.
Songs told a story.
Exactly.
Today, it's
exactly.
one phrase and
27,000 times.
that's it.
Yeah.
And one riff.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
17 minutes.
Yeah. Normally what we do is we retire to the kitchen. But I think he's done such a nice job kicking up all these sparkles that we could ask him to do another song. Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Teddy Jeremiah.
This is a lovely, lovely love ballad by Teddy Pendergrass. Oh! I love this. Do me, won't you just do me? I said, soothe me, groove me, come on, baby. Soothe me. Oh, do it like this. Do it like that. Oh, I ain't never had nobody to love me the way you do. Said it's real, so real. I never knew how good at true love could make me feel. I truly love you, baby. way down deep in my soul. That's why I want you to do me. Come here and do me. Soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me. Come on, soothe me. Will you do it like this? Now that felt so good. Do it again. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hurry home when you get off work today. Right away, right away. You and me, we can have some fun. We know how to play, how to play. I like the way you treat me, woman. Your personality fits with mine. That's why I want you to do me. Come here and do me. Woo! Suit me, groove me, suit me, groove me. Won't you just suit me? Do it like this, 'cause that felt so good. Do it again, just like a lover should. Do it now. Had nobody to love me the way you do. Said it's real, so real. I never knew how good a true love could make me feel. I truly love you, baby, way down deep in my soul. That's why I want you to do me. I'm begging you to do me. Soothe me, groove me, soothe me, groove me, soothe me. Oh, won't you soothe me? Do it like this. That felt so good. Do it again, just like a lover should. We do it like this, then we do it like that. Oh, we do it like this. That, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do me. Thank you. Thank you. Now, it's a great crowd.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They love, like we love what we do. They love the music and they love it just as much. You know what I mean? They do. We talk about the oldies and how we feel about them. We talk about everything that from back in the day, and it's all a good thing.
It is.
One thing I want to do. My friend, Mr. Kenny Jeremiah.
Thank you.
Now, what we're going to do, Kenny, if you don't mind, like we normally do, we're going to retire to the kitchen and whip up a little something for you, all right? We'll be right back. All right. What an audience, huh?
They're hungry.
Yes. Well, that's always the case. That's always the case. But I say that I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad
to be here. I want to wish you the best too, because a nicer guy couldn't have a great show like this.
Thank you. All right. I'm not giving you $5 for that, but anyway, let's get started. Now,
okay.
This is a creation that you came up with. It's called you're going to tell them? You want me to?
The Soul Survivor Punch.
Soul Survivor's Punch. How about that? Now, does that mean that if we're stranded on an island, that this is what we get?
No, this is something that we whip up, and before a gig, before we go to sing, got to have a little taste of this.
All right.
It's very good.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll start with the water, and I'll explain that. 2 cups of water. going into, you want to get this boiling. Now the water, what I was told the recipe calls for is either sugar. Let me start this and I can talk to you anyway. Sugar or a sweetener.
Sometimes I like to use raw brown sugar.
Good. Yeah, good. So either one, you've got to put that in, get it boiling so it all, dissolves in. That's what you got to do. So ginger ale goes in and salsa goes in.
Yeah, we just put a touch of that. And this is not for diabetics, believe me.
Well, you know what? It's true. It's not designed for diabetics. But the good part about it is if you use a sweetener, say like Splenda or something or other, that's a little bit better. As I always tell you, nobody's ever going to stop eating fried chicken. Nobody's ever going to stop, doing some of those things. So, but there's a better way, and that's what this show is all about, teaching you a better way, a healthier way to eat or enjoy. Okay? We've got plenty of bubbles here. It looks like a bubble bath. Man.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yes. The sherbet is already starting to melt, which is great. Okay, so now I'm going to hold that for me. I'm going to pour in some salsa. If it stops getting ready to shoot out here. Okay. Salsa is going to give it that fizz. There we go. So that's a true story about the lady on the airplane?
Yeah, it was. Sitting right next to me.
I'll never look at Pepper the same way. Okay, now, this is your sweetener. I've already done it for TV for this. This is what it is here. So I'm going to take some and we're going to add some too. Exactly. Chef Trek knows about this because you color top your fruit. That should be about enough. You paint your fruit if you're doing tarts or a cake or whatever, or a pie, and you want to make it look glossy and shiny. That's what you do. You do this and then brush a little bit over top of it and just wait until it dries, and that's what makes it shiny. This would be the lemonade. This would be the lemonade. So we'll pour a little bit of this in. Stir well. Okay. Now I think we're about ready. Let's see where we are here. There's the ladles. Now your garnishes, your oranges and your cherries, you put those basically in for cosmetic. So let's do that. Cherries going in.
The orange slices.
We'll take the orange slices and put those in. Okay, and a little cherry juice. Okay. That's what it's supposed to look like, this color here, as you can see. Let me move this over. Can everybody see this? Camera folks, can you folks to see this at home? What, is that drool coming down your face?
See, now when we put the rum in, that's what's called survivor punch. If you can survive 2 cups of this stuff, you're good.
Absolutely. So let's just give a little, there's a ladle. Let me reach over and grab this. Let's give it a little taste, see where we are. But this is the color, the consistent color that you're trying to get. Similar to this, I don't want to call this burnt orange, I want to call it like, light rust or something. That's sort of the color that you're trying to achieve.
It's very nice.
It is. I'm going to pour you a little bit, my brother. And I'm going to pour myself a little bit. Now, while I'm doing this, look at all those faces out there wanting something.
Here's to you, Ollie.
Very good. Soul Survivor Punch. Mr. Kenny Jeremiah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I've had a great time, and I hope that you have. Oh, that's our cue. It's time for us to get on out of here. Listen, take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.
On
and
behalf
remember,
of Chef Ali,
who is that guy?
and
Who
everyone
is that
here
guy?
at Salt, Pepper, and Memories, we ask that you have fun, dance like nobody's looking, eat well and you'll be well, and continue to allow us to put some salt and pepper in your memories.
Good night, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao.